Hey guys, welcome to today's vlog, and I'm going to answer a very popular question that I have been getting. That question is, how do you play over chord changes? And I'm going to interpret that as, how do you not just play scales over each chord? So if there's like a D minor chord, how do you avoid just playing the D minor or the D Aeolian scale? There's a lot of different answers to it, so the direction I'm gonna go is probably completely different than some other guitar player might tell you. But what I'm about to tell you is the foundation for how guitar is taught in higher level institutes like where I went to school at Berklee College of Music. The answer is very straightforward and simple. Triads. If you have a strong grasp of triads, you will be able to play over any chord change you want to, because triads are the most simple version of a chord. There are dyads, which is just 2-note chords, but for all intents and purposes, triads are the most simple chord in music. And if you don't know your triad shapes, you'll definitely know what they sound like. Triads are broken out into major, minor, augmented, and diminished. So already that's super simple to remember, as opposed to the thousands of different chord variations. I'm not going to get too far into the weeds on explaining the theory behind triads. If you're interested in that, highly recommend taking Guitar Super System, which is my course. I'll link it in the description below. The bottom line is you can substitute triads in for any chord in music. So if I have a D minor 7 chord, I can substitute in a D minor triad. And there are triads all over the neck, so I don't have to just memorize one shape and try and find it every time I want to substitute it in for a chord. So memorizing these inversions of triads is insanely helpful for becoming a more balanced guitar player, and honestly a better guitar player than most, because suffice it to say, triads are often overlooked by almost every guitar player who isn't forced to study them. So getting back to the question of how I play over different chord changes, one of my go-to approaches is outlining chords using triadic tones. So to put this into action, I'm going to play a chord progression using just like power chords and bar chords and stuff, and then I'm going to play the same chord progression using triads and also soloing a little bit over it, so you can see how I connect my ideas with these triad tones. So here's the progression. Alright, so I'm going to check out a backing track using the chords that I just played and show you how I like to blend triads and soloing together over a track. So as you can tell, triads can really go a long way. And I was using various inversions of the different triads. If you want to get your journey started with triads, I highly recommend just using the root positions to start out, and use those in place of where you would normally play a bar chord. Major and minor triads, start there, root position, and like I mentioned, check out Guitar Super System if you would like to learn about triads from yours truly. Hope this was helpful for you guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.